Good evening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Dumbbot TV. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for brand new content. This your boy Go About Shorty. Let me get straight down to business. Today we finna talk about Steady Mobb'N. A lot of y'all remember Steady Mobb'N. They was with No Limit. They got their start in 1995 when they released their debut album. And shortly after, they connected with Master P and they went to New Orleans and they signed to No Limit Records. And it was two members. One was named Crooked Eye, the taller dude, and then you had Bill Bathgates. You know what I'm saying? He was a shorter member, but Bill Bathgates, he was the one that had the promising solo career. So when the group disbanded, he continued on to put out solo projects. But Crooked Eye, he did feature on the Foolish soundtrack with a solo song, which did really good. But together, the group hit billboards. Their first album sold real good, and they was on that song with Master P, If I Could Change. The group was big ballin'. You know what I'm saying? They from the Ghost Town era out there in Oakland, California. And you know what I'm saying? When they got their big major deal and got their first check, they went back to the hood and they was just looking out for everybody balling, buying cars, buying jewelry, buying houses. And then, after that second album, P had done cut all ties with them. And then after they served all their ties, they went back to Oakland. So, Billy Bathgage, he went and started working with Thiz Nation, and then he used all his connects. So he was working with E40, JT the Bigger Figure, uh, all Matt Dre people. And Crooked Eye, he couldn't find his way. You know what I'm saying? He was struggling trying to, rebrand. And they had started a new record label, Black Mafia Records. And, they was trying to get tracks from DJ Darrell, who was their original producer, who was behind all the hits in the first place, because they was the only Oakland-based group that really went to uh, Dirty South with P and kept their same little style, and it didn't really fit in too much with the South overcapacity. Like Big Ed, he from the Bay Area too. But you know what I'm saying? Big Ed had a bigger and a stronger run than Steady Mobb'N did. But Steady Mobb'N had all the Bay Area legends on their albums, like Be Legit, uh, Sibo, uh, San Quentin. You know what I'm saying? They would just kept it West Coast flavor. And, a lot of people start checking for Bill Bath Gates on the solo when he went with this, even though it was like a commercial album with a funny looking sticker on it. And, it was a promo publicity thing to make the album blow up a little bit more, because Matt Dre uh, was at the height of his career. All the publicity was coming to Oakland. So Bath Gates signed a deal and he put his project out and, put out a DVD. And around this time, he was still doing music with Crooked Eye. But, some people say Crooked Eye uh, probably got on drugs, or, he was, something was wrong with his mental, or he might got laced with a blunt or something. They don't know. But, he started acting different and he wound up on the streets. He was homeless. And to this day, he's still homeless. You know what I'm saying? He been living on a tent city for over 5 years. And a lot of people like, man, why that day P ain't never come back and pick the man up and give him a deal and put him back in the house? Because he was on the news, and the news people were saying he was smelling real bad and he was living in a van out there in Oakland, in Tent City. So the reason why P them never came back and got him, because they disrespected P. They were saying P didn't pay them right, and when they went back to California, they linked up with a whole bunch of P enemies, and they was running off at the mouth like King George and a couple other cats that was left behind. You know what I'm saying? So they was talking a lot of smack about P. P was hearing about it, and P was like, "Man, only thing I did was did them boys something good." And they went back to the Bay, and you know what I'm saying? Whatever they did with their money, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? Crooked Eye, he need help real bad, but P don't feel sorry for him because P said, "Man, I gave this dude $500,000 through his career, and he don't got nothing to show for it. He was on songs with Snoop Dogg and E40, C Murder, Silk the Shocker, Mr. Servon, The Delinquents, Keep the Sneak. Man, where's your money at?" So, you know what I'm saying? There was no money, no funds. And a lot of people saying, uh, them boys still got money because they just ain't never go check they publishing and go see what money done calculated, because it's been almost 15 years, and by now all the money done collected. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta have their business right, make sure they getting their mechanical rights and stuff, because they songs still getting paid. There's a lot of rappers that was broke, and then they went and checked out they TuneCore and all these other things, and they found out they had big checks waiting for them in the mail. And you know what I'm saying? They got credits for a lot of albums, so I know they gotta have a big check. But Cricket Eye, he's so broke, he don't even got a phone, so he couldn't check and see if he got a check anyways. He just out there living on his disability, $850 a month in California, where it costs at least $1,200 just for a 1 bedroom shack. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they figure it out, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to Steady Mob, and P ain't gonna call him back to do no more shows. Uh, Bav Gates got a chance, but Crooked Eye, he for sure ain't got no more chances with P because he spent all his money. And everybody knows Sons of Phone, it was the artist that was on drugs and got killed when he went back to Oakland. Peace of mind.